Should the church involve in sporting activities? These and other stories will be what we'll be discussing this morning. Viewers, good morning and welcome to our streaming program showing on ACNNTV. I am your anchor this morning, and I have to dissect the story before us in the studio, Mr. Raphael Ojakomo.
Thank you for having me again.
Thank you. He is a social and sports commentator. Also joining us virtually is the Right Reverend Solomon Olushola Akambi, coordinator, Church of Nigeria and Joshua Generation International Youth Conference football team. You're both welcome to the show. All right, so viewers, you can join the conversations via the phone numbers showing on your screen and by sending your comment through our various social media handles. It's always a pleasure hearing from you. All right, now so we move straight to the sports stories, and Punch Sports says on the match again, Eagles begin 2026 World Cup quest against the Crocodiles of Lesotho. And that match is expected to hold today, 5 p.m. and the venue is Godswill Akpabio International Stadium, Uyo. All right, so we pray for a good outing for the Eagles today. All right, so Pesero Umero back as a horse despite his form. See the details of that story on page 6. We will face Eagles with winning mindset. I love that. That's coming from the coach of the Crocodiles, the Lesotho side. All right, so Teller beats ahead Eagles debut. All right, so Obasoji's Eagles most informed keeper. All right, so Osimhen tops Chelsea's January 3-man shortlist. All right, so we also have Arsenal can win EPL this season. So the story on page 6, 7, and 5. Page 8 says has a story of United ponder Casemiro's sell. Casemiro just I don't know if he has played up to 3 seasons with United. And he's already on the list. All right, so FFP valuation. Blues risk points deduction. Right, so below there we have the MPLFL. Bayelsa deny Heartland first win. Doma beats Eyimba United. That story is on page 7. Then Kano Pillars eyes 2023 volleyball title. Volleyball, Kano Pillars, football team and volleyball team.
They have a football team, a basketball team also.
And okay, that's beautiful. All right, so Mr. Raphael, we've seen the front page of the sport newspaper. What do you have to say concerning the preparation for today's game against the Crocodiles of Lesotho?
First things first, I want those in Akwa Ibom to turn out en masse to support the Eagles. And what I also want the Eagles to have at the back of their mind is something that would push them to making sure that they get the maximum points. And what is that? The fact that they didn't make the last tournament.
Yeah, we
missed out picking a draw at home against the Black Stars of Ghana. So everything that should be at their back at this moment is getting maximum points. And knowing fully well that one of the 2 other teams that are on the group, Rwanda and Zimbabwe, played out the draw yesterday. So I think nothing less than a victory should be at the back of their mind. And then I'm seeing Pesero Omero back Uzoho despite form. I don't know what I will make of this, because I know Maduka pulled out, maybe due to injury or whatsoever. But we also have here Obasoge is Eagles' most informed keeper. Why don't we try? It's like using a particular method and expecting a different result. People have, in fact, I saw something very funny yesterday where someone wrote and said the Super Falcons should lend the Super Eagles, Nadozi, that's the Super Falcons goalkeeper, to help the Super Eagles. It's that bad. And then we have a goalkeeper who they said his form is top notch. Why not try him? Why not try him? Why do we keep going for Uzoho back to back to back? And then, of course, Stella is going to, I hope he's going to be making his debut for the Eagles today as a file out. Why the Lesotho coach was saying we'll face Eagles with winning mindset. Anyways, anybody who comes to the field to play wants to win. So, and for Equatorial Guinea to come to Nigeria and get a point, that's 3 points rather, who says is impossible. So it's not left for the Eagles to be ready to take this to take the bull by the horn, because in Africa there's no minnows anymore. And whenever they hear Nigeria, everybody comes out.
Morale is high.
Yeah.
All right, my Lord Bishop, we've seen the performance of the Super Eagles goalkeeper in our previous friendlies and the last few matches. And now we have other persons on the line. Should we continue trial and errors with the bad form of the goalkeeper, or do you think we should introduce fresh hands into the team to try and prove a point?
I think we should try to bring in fresh hands into our team. Honestly speaking, Nigeria, with more than 200 million people, should be able to have a formidable team, 3, 4, 5 set of teams that can represent this country anytime, any day. So I want to believe that we don't need to continue to recycle players. Let's bring in fresh footballers, those who are still very fresh and young and active and agile into our team. One thing I want us to know is that this is almost only the only thing that unites us as a country.
Yes.
And this can also be a winning for Nigeria today, will be part of what I can say can cushion the effects of this suffering and these things we are passing through. Actually, some of us watch football to allow the BP to come down and to see that there can be life again.
Yes, so
I believe we can introduce fresh players into our team, and I also wish the Super Eagles all the best today to make our country proud again.
Thank you, sir. Sir, still on you, sir, my Lord Bishop. There's this story on, okay, I have it here, Paris 2024. Sports Minister steps up Olympic Games preparation with inauguration of Ministerial Strategic Committee. Sir, is this committee actually going to work out fine for us, or is it another means of squandering fund and misappropriation of power, or what do you have to say, sir?
I want to say that setting up committees upon committee is not actually what we need.
We need results.
What we need is bringing things together to encourage our participants to perform well. Yeah. It's unfortunate that the priority we place on money today in Nigeria is just too high and just too bad. And so I wish that we play less on committee setup, but bring in funds that we bring equipment that will help the sportsmen, and also put things together to actually also be able to make them happy. Committees are good for managerial purposes, but again, I don't think we should continue to have committees upon committees because we want to perform.
All right, thank you, my Lord. Raf, we've heard what our Lord Bishop said about the committee that has been set up by the Senator John, Minister of Sports Development. What do you have to say?
Like the Lord Bishop said, it's not enough to set up committees. You might even be shocked that from that committee they will draft out another committee. Then another subcommittee will come out, and then you keep the train keeps going on. But one thing I want to take away from this is the fact that they are making efforts to want to start preparations for the Paris Olympic, because we know Nigeria, we only talk about events when it's like 3 weeks, 2 months,
but
or thereabouts.
The Olympics is beyond 6 months from now, more than 6 months from now. It's I think let me see, July 26, 2024 to August 11, 2024. So it's like it's far beyond what we've been doing before now.
At least, let's say they've tried. Like I said before, it will be maybe like 2 months to 3 months.
And then they will not get visa, they will not get one thing or the other, and then
the last Olympic, I think, was an issue of sportwears. They didn't have enough sportwears or those sponsors and so on and so forth. But like I rightfully said, the fact that they are talking about wanting to do something before this Olympic, I think is a welcome development. But then again, you don't need one committees, 2 committees, 3 committees to be able to pull this through. Like Lord Bishop said, the funds to drive home these plans is what should be in the front burner. How do we make this work? How do we put this together? I'm very sure not long ago they finished a sports festival. Those that came out tops in the sports festivals, what are you doing about them? What have you been able to do with them to be able to go and represent the country well enough?
All right, so it's not all about committees. Viewers, please, you can call in to tell us what you think about the 15-man committee that the sports minister has created and a few other of the stories we are discussing this morning. Please do call in or send in your comment via our social medias. All right, so Raf, Osimhen is on the headline again. It looks like every headline you must have Osimhen on it. So what do you think? January transfer window is fast approaching, and it looks like Osimhen is on
Chelsea's radar. It's not just Chelsea. It's on Chelsea's radar, it's on Man U's radar, it's on Liverpool's radar, and I think Madrid, if I'm not mistaken. He's a good striker, he's a good player, and he's doing well for himself recently, but the injury that is holding him down at the moment. And for someone who has just recently had a hitch with Napoli, one wants to think, I think it's time for you to move. And the Napoli president has over time made it clear of how he doesn't support the AFCON players going for AFCON. And you know, Koulibaly had that issue when he was in Napoli.
Yeah.
Anguissa also is having that same issue, and now you have Osimhen. And mind you, this same Osimhen, who was the top scorer for Napoli when they won the Scudetto after 30 years, both with contribution of goals and assists, was not made, what's it called, Italian Player of the Year. Instead, they made Varacchila, who was far behind him, the Italian Player of the Year. And this same Osimhen was on the Ballon d'Or list as the number 8, while Varacchila was far away, number 17, thereabouts. So that tells you how much
sentiments.
Do you understand? Yeah. And then you miss the penalty and your club goes on the social media to make fun of you. They tell you, that's to tell you how unserious those people are. Do you understand me? But then again, for his career, for his stand, I think he should begin to look elsewhere for something better. And if Chelsea is coming for him and the money is right, I think he should move.
All right, so it shouldn't just be only about the money, but the peace of mind and where you are valued. All right, viewers, now we'll go to the peak of today's show. That's why we have the Lord Bishop, the coordinator of the Joshua Generation International Conference football team. My Lord Bishop, sir, should the church involve herself in sporting activities?
Yeah, thank you so much. Once again, you will agree with me that it is difficult to separate the church from the society.
Yes, it's true.
The church and the society cannot be separated. Sport has become a factor that can be reckoned with within the society. Sport can be seen as an influencing factor today, especially among our youths. And to make sure that we retain the youth in the church and to give a platform for our youths to showcase their God-given talents in a Christian way, the church must be there for them. So the church must engage itself in sports activities to help you.
All right, my Lord. So what's the Church of Nigeria doing in regards to the involvement of sporting activities?
Yes, the primate of our church, the Archbishop Metropolitan and the Primate of all Nigeria, the Most Reverend Dr. Henry Ndukuba, has a vision of creating a platform for the Anglican youths, those who are talented and those who want to make sports as a career. The platform that may not be possible for them within the society is being created by the church. And as I'm speaking to you now, we have played a lot of matches from provinces to provinces. And today, by the grace of God, we have 35 players selected all around the country to form what we call Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion Football Club. And presently, they are at the camp here in Offa Life. And we are believing God that by January, they will start with second division of the FCT Abuja League, starting in January by the grace of God.
Very beautiful. All right, sir, my Lord, what took the church so long to bring about this initiative? I can see also the Redeemed Christian Church of God also recently inaugurated their own football team. And I'm aware that the Mountain of Fire MFM football team has been on for a while now. So what took the church so long to identify this sector and key into it?
Thank you so much. I want to say that this is not new in the Anglican Church.
Okay.
For past 30 years or more, we have competition being played diocese by diocese, province by province. But what we have today is a coordinated attempt by the national church, by the primate of all Nigeria, to make this vision a national one, rather than a provincial one or a diocesan one. And it is also an attempt to coordinate this vision from the top, so that our youth who are so talented in football and want to make football a career, the church can be there for them to support them to get to wherever they want to get to in life, especially in football. So we are not late. It's only it's a matter of structure. The structure of the Redeemed Church or MFN is not the same as the Anglican Church.
Sure.
The Anglican Church has dioceses and provinces who are also active in one way or the other. But now what we are doing is to now bring it together in a coordinated attempt from the top. And it is not a matter of when we are starting. It is what we are out to achieve. And give it 2-3 years to come, we shall be playing at the national level.
All right. Thank you so much, my Lord Bishop. We wish our boys the best as they indulge in what they know how to do best. All right, Mr. Raphael. My Lord Bishop made a comment before he ended. It's not about starting late.
Yes.
So what do you have to say about the church involvement in sports and margin up with the time of the involvement? Because I know football has been on since, and so we compared to the fact that MFM had long been in the Nigerian professional league. Now Redeem is joining, and Church of Nigeria is at the verge of the verge of
like he rightfully said, like my Lord rightfully said, that it's not something, it's not new. It's not new. We've done it, like he said, in diocese level, provincial level, and so on and so forth. And I remember even in Abuja diocese, we did it in Ajikere level. So, but now we're taking it to the national level. And you know, it's not enough to see things and try to maybe effect change from afar. Now you're going into this this business. Let me call it a business. You're going into it to go and effect that change that you want to see in them. You know, you say it's not supposed to be done like this, it's not supposed to be done like this, but how do you make such corrections from afar when you're not a part of the system? So now the church is going directly, and like rightfully mentioned, MFM has been in the league. I think they're in the National League right now. They used to be in the Professional League and the National League right now. And then what I want to say is this, that like he said, it's not about when you started. It's about your impact, what you aim to achieve, and where you're going to with your vision, with also the vision of the Primate of all Nigeria, Most Reverend Henry Sion Dukuba. So there's a vision to carry the youth along. You know, most youth leave the church because they think there's, they say the grass is not always greener outside. So how does the church help by after telling the youth, the young person that is not always greener there, how do we make it green for you? That's why we're bringing this home. We have a team that has been set up, like the bishop said. They are ready to go, starting from the Abuja home front. And if they've been in camp for a very long time, I'm very sure by the time they come out, they'll be smoking hot and ready to go. And the other youths in the diocese, in the province, in the Anglican church itself will know that, okay, now we have a place where we can channel our energy to, where we don't need to pay anybody to get into, we don't need to be somebody's favorite or whatsoever. Your talent, your gifts will speak for you. And I think the Anglican Church is on the right track at this point in time.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Raphael. My Lord Bishop, just the final question here, sir. The boys you said have been in offer for a while now, and they've been training, and just like Raphael said, when they come out, they will be smoky hot. So what is the organizers doing about discipleship for those boys in the training ground now? Because we would just not concerned about the fitness of the body and the pockets, because as long as they are playing, we expect that they should be getting small income. But we are looking at the angle of discipleship, being ready for the final call. Sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. We have the opinion that our assignment is an holistic one, both the body and the soul.
Yes.
It's not a matter of the soul belongs to God, but the body belongs to me, so I can use it the way I like.
Yeah.
For us, we believe that the spirituality of the players are also very, very important. As I'm speaking with you, we have Professor Duro Adegboye, who, by the grace of God, the visionary of the gospel on the move. And they are presently camped at the Gospel City here in Ofa. And Professor Duro Adegboye is the one in charge, taking them to the discipleship training. And by that they come out of the camp, I want to see them being strong physically and also being strong spiritually.
Exactly.
And if you don't mind, at a point in time, the players are even here with me live, and you may want to see them online and probably also have a word with one of the coaches, if you don't mind. But we are set. We are set physically and we are set spiritually. It's a complete assignment.
Yes, sir. All right. Thank you so much, sir. So we know that football has to do with age and strength. So we want to know what is the plan, what is the plan for recruiting players into the team. Is it that the church in years to come will now have to go and buy people to join the team? Or is it that the recycling comes from provinces and dioceses that have to pick at randomly, or at what's the plan? What's the plan? Also, what's the plan for other sectors? Because in sporting sector, we have various sporting activities. We have volleyball, basketball, and all others. What is the church planning on those other areas of sports? Then, what is the church also planning for the females, the girls, the young girls in the Anglican church, sir?
Thank you so much. We have a plan in place that recruitment of players will be from time to time, from dioceses to provinces before they get to the national level. We don't, for now, envisage buying players. We have enough ground to cover. For example, Anglican Church in Nigeria, we have 14 provinces. And in each of these provinces, we have nothing less than 10 dioceses in each province. So we have about 146 dioceses in Nigeria. We have enough ground to cover. We have enough youth out of which we can get the best. And we will, from time to time, go to dioceses and provinces to recruit players from time to time. And we're also planning very soon to start a football academy from where we generate our players for the team. Not only that, we also have the plan. It is not only football that we are going to concentrate on. Under the Joshua generation of the Church of Nigeria, we have other sporting activities like volleyball, table tennis, hockey, and others. So we are going into all other sporting activities to make sure that what we are doing is not just based on football, but it's also based on other aspects of sports. And again, I want to assure you that very soon we will bring in the female part of it. You know, in our churches, you discover that women and female are more.
Yes.
So we're also going to have a plan for the female team of the Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion. And this will be coming on board very, very soon.
Thank you, my Lord. God bless you so much for tuning in to give us these insightful words this morning. Raphael, your final word. What is your advice or your word to the team, the Joshua Generation football team? What is your word for them?
What I would say is go out and do exploits.
Thank you so much. All right, viewers, absolutely, it's been quite insightful today. I had with me the Right Reverend Olushola Akambi, the coordinator of the Joshua Generation International Football Team, on the show this morning, and I've also had Mr. Raphael Ojao, and so I'm so grateful to have the both of you this morning on the show. Thank you so much. Remember always to tune into ACNNTV, now streaming for the latest stories, in-depth analysis, and thought-provoking discussions that will keep you informed and engaged. Don't miss out on the conversation. Till we come your way again tomorrow, 10 a.m. West African time. Bye.